Hello, my name is Brenda and my channel is Handwork Maniac. Welcome everyone. I have five fully finished objects. I know, crazy, huh? And then a whole bunch of whips to show you. Oh, it is Saturday, September 25th, 2021. This was one of my Mania starts. It's the StitchCon logo from 2019. StitchCon, they gave us a pattern for it. I believe it's a Sue Hillis design. And I actually stitched it, got it done stitched finally, and fully finished it with these fun pom-poms. I love those. It is on 25 count, some kind of dark red even weave. And I used Sulky, S-U-L-K-Y, 12 weight cotton, and I used 2 strands because I wanted it to be really good coverage. And I'm very thrilled with how it turned out. I was being lazy and I really wanted to sew this on with the sewing machine, this trim, before I turned it inside out. Because I did not want to hand sew it on, I didn't want to glue it on, I just wanted to do it as part of the making of the pillow. So I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I'm very impressed. It turned out okay. Here's the back. And it is full of ground walnut shells. I love how heavy it is. And I love that the pom-poms move around. It just makes me happy. This one is Prairie Schooler, Still Life. It was also a Mania start. I chose to just do this one right here. I might do a few more at another time, so I could have a collection of them, but right now there's just the one. It is on 18 count black Aida with the called for DMC, 2 strands of floss. And it was a lot of fun to stitch. Very easy stitch. Here's the back. I'm so happy with how that one turned out. Next is You Had Me at Flamingo by Hands-On Design. I just did the pillow. And it's on the called for 32 count linen by Weeks Dye Works in the color Linen. And here it is. It is also full of ground walnut shells. They all are so far. All of them that I made, that I'm showing you today are. And I didn't fill it all the way because I like that it kind of sits like this a little bit. It's kind of will sit there and hold still. Or I could lay it down flat and it would look more like this. It came with the little flamingo pin. See if I can get it to stand up so you can see it better. Very happy with how this one turned out as well. Here's the backing fabric. Makes me smile every time I see it. You Had Me at the Flamingo was the called for threads as well. And then this was also, these were all Mania starts. This was also a Mania start, Happy by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And this is also the called for, see if I can move the ribbon for a minute so you can see it. This is also the called for, it was partly DMC, partly over-dyed cotton. It had another one of these down here at the bottom, but I decided not to stitch that part because I wanted to be done. But it is so cute. I added the buttons, added the ribbon. This is my backing fabric. And it also makes me happy when I look at it. And then I participated in Friend Stitch Autumn Gathering online Zoom retreat last Saturday, I think it was. And we'd had this little pattern they gave us to pre-stitch before the retreat. And then during the retreat, they showed us how to finish it and gave us all of the materials to finish it. This board and the trim. I added a little charm to mine. but I thought that turned out very cute, and it was an excellent finishing class. It was way easier than I thought it would be to do this kind of a flat finish. We also received a pattern as part of the retreat. Oh, not that one. The retreat was put on by Hands-On Design and Bent Creek together. They collaborated. And we received this pattern called Let Joy In. And then we also received all of the threads and fabric to stitch it with, and I'm using all the called for stuff. This is what I have so far. Give me a little bit of light through there. Oh, and now we have thread. Lovely fall colors. That one has been fun to work on. Oh, we also got a pattern to do this owl. Isn't he cute? Haven't started on that yet. And then I think I'll just start going through all of the whips, all the things I've worked on since the last time I filmed, which has been a while. I know, I'm sorry. Life just got away from me. This is a new start. It is the Magic Tree by Barbara Anna Designs. I'm doing this with bossy daughter Marie and my friend Kim. I got my kit from Nitka. She's on Instagram, and she also has a website that I believe it's Nitka. And I believe her website is Nitka, so twice, .ru. And I'm using the kit fabric and the kit floss. It feels like a 32 count, I believe. And I'm using 2 strands of floss. Enjoyed working on that and starting it. New starts are always fun, right? Marie is already past me. She's way past me. But I'm gonna catch up. I worked on 12 Days of Christmas by Hello from Liz Matthews. I'll be doing all 12 on the same piece of fabric. And I got a little bit done on it since the last time I showed you. Now you're getting the white squares through it. Apparently I need a board. This is such a lovely pattern. They are going to be so pretty. They each have a different border, and I'm gonna have them, I believe I decided to do 3 across and 4 down, or 4 across and 3 down, I can't remember now. But what I'll do is I will line up, they're all the same size to this line right here. I didn't check to see if all these borders are the same depth, the same height. I know they're all a little bit different design. If they are different heights, I'll just make sure that this solid line right here is lined up across on all of them, and then let the borders be whatever height they are. This is 46 count off-white, antique white linen. And I'm using 1 strand of the called for NPI silks. Star Village by Thistles. I started this at StitchCon in June. It is on 46 count natural. I'm trying to think what it's called. I'll put it in the description box below. I've been working on this house over here. This one is also a lot of fun to work on. I'm using the called for gentle arch threads, 1 strand of floss over 2 fabric threads on the 46 count. I can't remember if I started this after no, I showed you this in the last video, I'm pretty sure. Cricket Collection, Autumn. I'm doing mine on 32 count antique ivory with the called for colors with 2 strands of floss. I'm up to the T. Doing this one with my friend Sharon. And I would love to get that done soon so I could enjoy it for autumn. I think I'm going to concentrate on all of my autumn pieces from now until the end of October, maybe into November. This is another new start with my friend Lonnie and Colette, two friends. Haunted by Misty Pursel. I'm going to do the 3 across the top, probably make them into little pillows. And I have 1 finished so far. This is 18 count Aida Silver Moon, so it's a very light gray color. And I'm using the called for DMC and the called for, it has a couple of overdyed not crescent colors. Classic Color Works, River Rocks, and Weeks Dye Works Clockwork are the 2 overdyed colors. I've worked on Kingdom of Books a little bit since the last time I showed you. I finished these 2 purple houses, and now this top half of this teal house will be for September. This is a kit from a Russian company. Translated says, make it with your own hands. I bought mine from mybobbin.com, and I'm using the kit threads, but I'm not using the kit fabric. It called for 14 count white, or it came with 14 count white Aida, and I switched to an 18 count overdyed Aida. That is called Caramel Cream, and I got it from Vintage Needle Arts. I pulled out Bumpin' Tonight by Praiseworthy Stitches a few weeks ago because it was time. We have made it to fall. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And I know this is 40 count Silk Weaver Creekstone. Color Creekstone. I've been working on that main house. I'm using the called for overdyed cotton. I think it's Gentle Arts. Some Weeks Dye Works on some Gentle Arts overdyed cotton. And I'll be continuing to work on that until closer to Thanksgiving. Probably won't switch to Christmas stitching until after Thanksgiving. This is Sleeping Princess by Mirabilia. I was able to finish her and the pillow and all of her nightgown. Something behind it. Started working up here on the decorative top of the bed. Can't wait to come down here and start working on these very colorful mattresses. Sleeping Princess is on 32 count water lily with 2 strands of floss over 2 fabric threads. Worked a little bit on Beachcomber by Carolyn Manning. I have to remember which way this one goes. This is my BYU bag. Be watching the BYU football game later this evening. This is what I have so far. This is the called for DMC 1 strand of floss. It's 25 count off-white even weave, 1 strand of floss over 1 fabric thread. Full cross, full X. I always do full X's. I worked a little bit on Hoity Toity. Oh, I guess I should show you the pattern first. It is by Long Dog Samplers. It will look like this when it's finished. I'm using the Mrs. Seda Silks conversion, and I also changed a couple of the colors to other silks. There's a list of them in the description box below. but I was able to finish this whole section up here. So it's a little over halfway finished now. It's 1 strand of silk over 2 fabric threads on 40 count mallow. My BYU project bag is from the Brass Button shop. I've done a little bit more on Lost No More. It's a dimensions kit. The original artwork is by Greg Olson. I'm using the kit floss and the kit fabric, which is 18 count, tannish colored Aida. 2 strands of floss most of the time, unless sometimes it tells you to use 3. Occasionally you use 1 strand. Working up there in the tree, I was able to finish him, his hands and feet, and all of his clothing. So he is finished. This is my daily 30 piece. I try and put 30 minutes in every day that I sit down to stitch. This is Die Farben des Wassers, or the Colors of Water, by Der Werkstatt für Historisch Stickmuster. I was able to get a little bit more done. This is 46 count off-white linen, using 1 strand of the called for Soie d'Alger silks that are made by Avera Soie. This one is the Zimmermann Coverlet by Modern Folk Embroidery. I am using DMC variegated 121 color. You can see how it goes from light clear to dark, a lovely blue color. This is what I have so far. This is 56 count off-white linen. 1 strand of floss over 2 fabric threads. I love the way that floss is looking, the way it's variegating. It's gorgeous. This is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. I'm using a sulky variegated thread. They call them blendables, in the color Cactus. Trying to remember which way this goes. And I'm using a couple of other sulky, S-U-L-K-Y threads, and a few DMCs to do the back stitching. They're all listed in the description box below. I was able to work on this section up here. This is 36 count off-white linen, 1 strand of the sulky 12 weight cotton over 2 fabric threads. This is Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. This is what it will look like when it's finished. Mine is on 40 count silk weaver linen in the color Elegance. I was working down here at the bottom, and I just have that section to go right here on the, this is the bottom of the pattern. So this one should be done this year. Sorry, I have a wrinkle right there, it's hard to see. Stitching this one with my friend Lonnie. And the last one is A Stitch for All Seasons Summer by Little Dove Designs, using the called for DMC on 40 count silk weaver Seaside Melody, I believe. 1 strand of floss over 2 fabric threads. I have one more WIP, work in progress, WIP, at work. Shine On is at work, because I've been working on it during my little lunch half hour, but so I can't show you that because I left it at work and forgot to bring it home to show you. All right, that's everything, and I really hope to film again in another couple of weeks. not like 6 or 7 weeks, but more like 2 or 3 weeks. And then we'll be back and show you some more stitching. Bye-bye.